final roster has been selected. Let's talk about it. Please keep.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fay, the shot. He scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle. Gets all back.
We're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Ninamaki's brains in. What a show!
The Pittsburgh Penguins made their final cuts for their opening night game against the New York Rangers. They have a roster, but that does mean we sent some players down to Wilkes-Barre and put some notable names on waivers. Really quick, Tristan Brose, Avery Hayes, goaltender Sergei Murashov, and defenseman Owen Pickering all got re-signed to Wilkes-Barre on Saturday. As well as them, Alexander Alexiev, Ryan Graves, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Boko Imama, and Sam Poulin all got put on waivers for the sake of reassignment to Wilkes-Barre. They all cleared. They are playing for Wilkes-Barre. Josh, quick reactions. What do you think? Any notable names on that list that kind of shock you?
Yeah, a few. But first of all, Wilkes-Barre is going to be stacked again.
Yeah, Wilkes-Barre better win the Calder Cup. I mean,
better be good. Honestly,
yeah,
that's
100%.
wild. But obviously, there's only so many guys that can make it to the NHL opening night roster. So, tough decisions had to be made. Guys like Murashov, Avery Hayes, Tristan Brose, they all had amazing preseason and training camp. So, but decisions had to be made. There's only so much room for them. So, I do think we're going to see them along with Owen Pickering back up in the NHL at some point throughout the season.
Yeah.
Owen Pickering was a little bit of a surprise for me just because, don't really see Jones and Witherspoon as being like long-term solutions to our defensive problems. But, maybe, like I said, that'll be a solution down the line. So it is what it is. But the guy that we, have been dogging on for the last 2.5 years, Ryan Graves, has been
put in a grave, Josh. He has been put in a grave.
I was just going to say demoted. I was just going to say demoted, but that
I know,
works,
but his name is Graves, so it kind of works. But
yeah,
I mean, obviously that's the most notable name. Ryan Graves has. I feel like that is the most notable name in Kyle Dubas's tenure for his signings. Okay, obviously he traded for Erik Karlsson. Yeah, that's a big trade. Yada yada yada. But him signing, planning for the future. Ryan Graves was that guy who's going to take the torch from Chris Letang. We all thought it. We all thought he was the guy who's going to come in. He was that young defenseman. He had some success in New Jersey, and we really thought he was going to be the answer. Well, after 2 seasons of doing diddly squat, at least there's a response, which is you're not making opening night. You're going to get some playing time in Wilkes-Barre. Hopefully that'll get your confidence up. That's probably the most notable name, which is Ryan Graves. But I think we both can agree Owen Pickering should have gotten a spot over someone like Caleb Jones or Ryan Shea. I know there's that whole right-left situation that you have to make sure is even, and I know that comes into play. I know, so don't yell at me. All I'm saying is I think Owen Pickering deserved a spot. If Brunick and Kindle got a spot, I felt like Pickering could have also been in that wave of young guns getting a spot. But for me, the most notable, or not notable, excuse me, the one that stuck out to me, I guess, would be Murashov. If we could put Ryan Graves on waivers and no one claimed him, why can't we do that to Tristan Jarry as well? I know the answer, because the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins cannot be getting guys who make $5 million a year playing in Wilkes-Barre. I know the answer. It's a stacked hockey team, and they don't need to be the highest paid hockey team in the AHL. I get it. But it would have been nice to see Murashov and Silovs be goalie 1A, goalie 1B for this young roster. But whatever.
Well,
we don't know what's going to happen with Blomqvist, if that's what
Yes,
you were going to go to. But go ahead.
No, I was actually going to say, now we just get to see Murashov dominate the AHL. Last year, he dominated the ECHL and it had success in the AHL once he came up, but he didn't have the whole season in Wilkes-Barre. This time, he will have majority of the season in Wilkes-Barre, dominate, do his thing, maybe get called up. Trade deadline? Who knows?
Maybe.
We'll see.
I think
We'll see.
I think it is a little I don't know. Listen, I am one who is super skeptical of Kyle Dubas. Okay? So every little move he makes, I'm just like trying to discern and be like, that was dumb or that was smart. You know, like I'm trying to figure out what Kyle Dubas is doing. Ryan Graves going to Wilkes-Barre? Great deal. Would I have liked him moved? Yeah, but you can't get what you want always. Would I like to see Tristan Jarry moved? Yeah, I know. There's no buyer. It's a lot. But whose fault is that? Kyle Dubas. Okay? And I know you're like, actually, it's not. It's Tristan Jarry for doing his own problem. He dug his own grave. Yeah, I know. But guess who signed him? All right? Leave me alone. But Josh, enough about Kyle Dubas, because it's not about Kyle Dubas today. It's about the projected starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. It's hockey night. It's a hockey night.
Yes.
Not in Pittsburgh, but it's a great day for hockey because we are playing New York Rangers. The coach that was fired, but is gone. Okay, Mike Sullivan wants his revenge. This is going to be a revenge game for him. However you want to say it, he is going to come out guns a-blazing. And especially if Tristan Jarry starts, expect a lot of shots on net. He knows Tristan Jarry. It's honestly, I think it's going to be a bad night. I think it's going to be a bad night for Pittsburgh, but it's going to be a long season. Little spoiler alert. Here's what we got projected lineup. First line, Koivunen, Crosby, Raquel, Mantha, Malkin, Brageau, Novak, Kindle. Throw out those paperbacks. Get out your Kindle. Because it's Kindle time. Kindle Tomasino. Did you like that one?
No, I didn't.
That was pretty good. Dewar, Lizotte. Dewar, Lizotte, Achari. And then Hollander was getting mixed in a little bit. All right?
Yeah.
And then defensemen, they had Witherspoon and Carlson, Shea and Letang, Jones and Brunick, with Clifton and Dumba getting mixed in a little bit there. Also, Brunick, a little side note, I should say this. Brunick practiced on the Power Play 2 unit.
Yep.
But do you think they're throwing Brunick a little trial by fire a little bit? With that unit 2, with that Power Play unit 2?
I don't know. So like the one thing that, like, when this projected lineup was put out there were like a couple of things that stuck out to me was, you know, obviously that defense. Geez, don't know how I feel about it. But for most of the preseason, Letang was playing with Jones. So for then to switch and put Shea with Letang and then Jones with Brunick, a rookie, I don't know. I don't know. But again,
This whole defense looks bad, Josh.
Yeah. Dan has seen these guys day in, day out. He knows what they look like. He understands. So I'm going to trust him here. Obviously we have to. But and then obviously you kind of go back to the forwards and you kind of look at Achari getting some starting reps as opposed to Philip Hollander, who had a really good preseason and was rewarded by making the NHL roster. But then to only be the projected scratch kind of stinks a little bit.
Yeah, true.
But, I mean, essentially, he's kind of, I guess, the reserve until Rucker and Rust can get back.
Yeah.
And then I would imagine, some sort of combination of Hollander, Kindle, Koivunen gets sent down when those two are available. And then honestly, I'd be really interested to see how the lines get adjusted from there, because I don't see Mantha, Malkin, and Brazeau being the long-term solution for that second line, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I mean, I would kind of like to see one, if not both of them, be, third, fourth line.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the second line in the Pittsburgh Penguins. I feel like people have picked up on this pattern. It's very hard to play with Malkin. Okay. Yeah. So it's a revolving door, the second line. So yeah, Mantha and Brazeau is on there, but we could easily see Koivunen not succeed on the first line, be thrown on the second line. Russ be thrown on the second line if Koivunen's seeing success. Raquel then being put down to the second line. And here's the problem that I have with Malkin. I have a lot of things wrong with Malkin. I love Malkin, but it's a love-hate relationship a little bit. I think that he needs to get his act together, especially if this is his last year, and be very team-friendly and be a lot easier to play with, especially when it comes to these young guns, because guys like Koivunen, Kindle, and Tomasino. I mean, Tomasino's so young, but I mean, McGroarty. Like, when McGroarty comes back, where's he going? Is he going on the first line instead of Koivunen or instead of Rust? Or is he going on his third line or four? But that's what I'm saying. It's always, it all depends on how successful these young guys can be. Because what if Kendall goes crazy? Well, what's the most logical choice? Is move him up. It's you move him up, give him more reps, get him more ice time. Wonder if Koivunen is struggling with Sid and Raquel. Okay, well then you flop him. It's going to be a revolving door the start of the season. This projected line is just that. It's a projected line. Like, all these guys can be either really good or really bad. These are the anchors. Crosby, Malkin, Novak, Lizotte, and Achari. Lizotte, Achari, fourth line guys. Novak, that's your third line guy. Second line obviously is Malkin. First line obviously Crosby. But everyone else is movable.
Interchangeable. Yeah.
Everyone else is movable. And I honestly believe that.
I mean, just personally though, like, what I would like to see is when Rust comes back, I would like it to be Rust, Crosby, Koivunen. Raquel is on the second line with Malkin. If you want to keep Mantha there, that's fine too. That's, you're not going to hear any argument from me. And then the third line would be, Rucker, Novak, Tomasino. And, I think that pretty much covers that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brazeau back to put him on the fourth line and have Dewar or Achari be the other scratch. And I mean,
yeah,
I think that nails it, to be honest. And
but that just
say what you want.
Point.
That they can do something. They can make some noise.
And that's my point, is that, like, who knows? Who knows who's going to be good? Who know? Like, guys, we've been saying it for a hot minute. This team's going to be dog water, okay? I think we have a 50-50 shot this season. Either we're going to surprise people or we're going to fall right into what people think of us, which means people have us being one of the last teams in the league. Okay, but we may surprise people. Now, do I think we're going to get like a wild card spot? That's a stretch. But I could see that happening if we get a run in us. If we get a run, cool. But I'm looking at that defense in the goaltending room, and I'm saying a lot of pucks are going to get in deep. A lot of pucks are going to get behind Jari.
Yeah.
And people go, well, you don't know that. You know, we haven't seen it. No, I've seen 3 years of evidence. Bad defense. Well, even in the defense. Bad defense.
That's different coaching, and we now have different guys. Really, the only mainstays are Carlson and Letang. I mean,
Josh,
Shea,
how dare you say Shea's not a...
but he was no, in and out.
He was always a scratch, yeah.
Yeah, when he was hurt, he was out. Even when he was healthy, he was a scratch. So, I mean, yeah, it's a new cast of characters. And preseason Carlson looked really good. Post Four Nations Carlson looked really good.
That is also true. Will it continue?
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the start of the season. That hope, that little glimmer of hope.
Everyone starts at the same.
Everyone starts at 0 points, and everyone's got the dream, the end goal of hoisting Lord Stanley at the end.
Yeah,
but all fans have that same little. This could be our year.
This could be it. But guess what? Not me. I'm grounded in realism, Josh, because I'm taking a look at this. I'm taking a look at this defensive pairings: Witherspoon, Carlson, Shea, Letang, Jones, Brunick, Clifton, Dumba. Call me a Dumba for believing in this team. All right, because guess what? These guys now, once again, who knows? These guys could find the greatest groove of their lives, and it's a stone wall at the blue line. Who knows? I don't know. But I will tell you, this doesn't look like a Stanley Cup team. Okay? You can make arguments. Neither did the 2016 team. Neither did the 2017 team. I know you were. Listen. It doesn't matter what is in front of him. Tristan Jarry needs to be on his best behavior. I have no hope for him. So there's only going up in my eyes for Tristan Jarry. Literally got sent down to Wilkes-Barre last year because of how bad he was. And now we'll see if he deserves this spot. He's the starting goaltender. I think he's the starting goaltender. We don't know that for sure. But I doubt, I would say it's 80-20 that he starts tomorrow. Tonight. That night.
I think it's a revenge game for multiple people. You mentioned Mike Sullivan. I think it's going to be for Jarry. And I think it's going to be for Connor Sherry too, who just recently signed with the Rangers.
Well, good for him. Let me tell you something. Mike Sullivan, say what you will about him, gave Tristan Jarry every opportunity possible. In fact, It was proven that maybe Mike Sullivan didn't want to start the young guns. He wanted to stick with his guys. And his guys sucked. Okay? His guys sucked. That includes Tristan Jarry.
Yep.
Now, we won't know what happens in closed doors, but did Mike Sullivan want Tristan Jarry to go to Wilkes-Barre? Did Mike Sullivan? Who knows? All I know is it a revenge game for Tristan Jarry? No. This is survival for Tristan Jarry.
Okay, fair.
This is survival. Because guess what? He looks like Swiss cheese tonight. He's going to be packing his bags. Mershov's getting a call before the season even starts. Hey, come back up. Come back up. Come back up. We made a mistake. I guarantee you there's no way. Actually, that's not true. We all know Kyle Dubas. He's going to wait until freaking January to make a move. But like Josh, let's see how we are at Christmas. Let's see how we are at Christmas. That's what Josh always says. Kyle Dubas says stuff similar. It's not a revenge game for Tristan Jarry. It's a survival. It's a revenge game for Mike Sullivan, so get ready for that. And all I know is this lineup, projected lineup, once again, let's run through it real quick. Koivunen, Crosby, Raquel, Mantha, Malkin, Brajo, Novak, Kindle, Tomasino, Dewar, Lazada, Chari, Hollander being probably most likely the healthy scratch, Witherspoon, Carlson, Shea Letang, Jones, Brunick, Clifton, Dumba, maybe scratches or whatever, Tristan Jarry, and Archer Silovs.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a long season. But guess what? We get to do it with you. Josh, last remarks about this lineup.
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it. Thank you for correcting me about Jari. It is very much a survival game, if not survival season for him. I'm excited to see what kind of first game shenanigans Kindle and Brunick get from the rest of the team. But I will end it with this little tidbit from Penguins PR that they put out there.
Wow.
So teenagers to make their NHL debut together in Penguins history has happened 3 times, including these two. So
Okay.
the most recently was Chris Letang and Jordan Staal back on the first game in 2006. And then before that was Mario Lemieux and Doug Bodger on October 11th, 1984. So pretty wild that, I mean, it's
Careful
right
what
around
comes out of your mouth next, Josh.
No, I'm just saying almost 20 years each time.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I thought you were
So,
going to be like,
I'm
these
not gonna
Hall
try
of Fame name. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Put
Okay.
any type of projections on
Yeah.
them. Just hope for a healthy first game, a productive first game. Let's build a firm and strong foundation here.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, here's what I'm going to say about tonight and their game. Kindle gets a power play goal.
Wow. Okay.
I think he plays super well. He gets an opportunity on the power play. He scores, and people are going to start saying, is this the guy who's taking the Penguins and who needs McKenna? We got Kindle. That's what I think is going to happen after the first game. And then I'm going to come on here and say, whoa, hold your horses, even though I predicted it. Watch, none of that happens. He gets knocked out first shift, and I hope that I'm not saying that I wish that. I'm just saying watch the complete opposite happens. But we will see. We will see tonight.
All right, now it is time to put in the comments your thoughts on this projected lineup for tonight's game against the Rangers. And don't forget, we are going live after tonight's game against the Rangers, after the final horn. So make sure you're following us. Make sure you hop on. We want to hear what you guys think of tonight's game. All right, reminder, tonight's game, we are going live after the final horn. Be there. Louie, as always.
Let's go, Pens!
It's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz and shoots. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.